I'm Denise, a licensed therapist with 25 years of experience studying toxic behavior.
And I'm Joanne, a reality TV obsessed fan with absolutely zero regrets about it,
We were college roommates.
which means we have been having this exact conversation for over 30 years. The only difference now is that there's champagne in our glasses instead of beer.
Every week, we sit down and break down the drama, the chaos, and the toxic behavior you can't stop watching.
And Denise will tell you what is actually going on beneath the surface.
This is Charmingly Toxic.
So join us in a glass and let's get into it.
Hi, Joanne.
Hi, Denise.
Cheers with Mrs. Siltbar today.
That's the rosé one.
Rosé.
Sparkling rosé. I have my Whitehaven as usual. Cheers.
So much TV. We're going to try to jam it all in. We're going to try our best. And we're going to start with gossip. Let's see how long this podcast is going to be today.
Okay, first and foremost, Brandy Glanville claims she has sexually transmitted ringworm in her throat.
Okay, this is officially my my therapist's take on this. She's losing her mind. Like, I think she's crossed over to having some psychosis and she's going to derail pretty fast. That's my prediction.
Yeah, scary and
Very,
sad to
Very
watch.
sad. Very sad to watch her. It's hard.
Yeah, because there were rumors that Leanne Rimes, her ex-husband's wife, right, that she might go on The Housewives. And
Yes.
she's like, no, they're too boring. They don't even eat food or drink, and they go to bed and meditate and whatever. Like, meanwhile, I have a ringworm from sex.
I think if Leanne Rimes goes on one of the shows, she's definitely gonna lose her mind. Well, she already has, I'm saying, but that's gonna be like the breaker.
Yeah. Oy, oy, oy. What else? Summer House related. West and Amanda in Rome together on the eve of the reunion. Kyle and West. Well, Kyle alluded to the fact that he was going to sit down with West the day after his Watch What Happens Live appearance. And they sat down for 3 hours and cameras were rolling because Kyle and West. Kyle's a smart businessman.
So I think we're going to hit on this when we cover the reunion, but Kyle seemed so composed and not upset at the reunion. So maybe he got it all out of his system. I don't know, but he's like, I'm ready to capitalize on all of this and I don't have any feelings left for her.
That's what I think. I think he's like, the show must go on and we will make money off of this. Loverboy's doing great. Everyone's supporting my brand.
Yeah. He didn't seem checked out. He just seemed like over it.
Yep.
So
Didn't seem too bothered.
Okay. What else you got?
Steven from Summer House season 1. Was he in season 2 also? Just season 1?
Yes. And I freaking loved him. And I was so mad when he didn't come back.
Yes. Well, first of all, he said that West looks like he smells. He's never met him, but I thought that was really funny.
Correct.
And he said that the Workus twins, they're on a group chat together and they never liked Amanda. Apparently, she borrowed clothes and would never say thank you. And she was just kind of a bitch to them, I guess.
Okay. I find that hard to believe. The Workus twins were like bulldozer personalities, like
They're like two Lindsay Hubbards.
worse, like above and beyond. And so they probably treated her like shit. So I'm not surprised. They're probably like, she's so weak or whatever they said, because those two, forget it.
Oh my God, I love it. West bitching online that his behind the scenes pictures will never be seen because he's not on social media. Poor guy.
Yeah. Can we ban this guy? Can he be jaxed off of our TV?
My God. And then there's rumors that KJ and Dara broke up. And there's a lot that he gets into during part 1.
I can see Dara being like, I'm not up for a relationship with someone who has a serious mental health issue. Like, I'm just here for the show.
Yeah. Yeah. They seemed great. So that was a big bummer.
Well, better for him.
Say la vie.
And they're definitely going to get into that in the reunion, I think. The KJ.
That Dara was thirsty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. All right. So that's the gossip.
That's all I got.
Okay. So we're going to briefly touch on Rhode Island.
Okay.
Some big takeaways that this slam pig fight that keeps happening and continuing. My takeaway is I think both Rosie and Kelsey are slam pigs. They're just trying to prove the other one is a bigger slam pig. And that, the big news was that Kelsey revealed Rosie was slamming or being slammed by some coach What kind of coach was he? A basketball coach?
Allegedly the University of Rhode Island basketball coach, but
Okay.
had
And
to pay her off and leave the state, and I forget where he went.
so he allegedly paid her off and she's using the money to buy the house. And then she also had the affair with the guy from the network. And were both of these during her relationship with her husband? Is that her
Frank
husband?
Sinatra impersonator husband? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of chemistry between the two of them other than like, let's try our hardest to make money together.
Well, we have to watch the music video that she was in of his, I think.
The clip
I feel
was
like that's a homework assignment.
pretty bad. Okay, so that was one of my big takeaways. The other one, poor Alicia pitching this pathetic pizza mama storyboard that was made on poster board. I mean, she really is not very smart.
Well, she did have a PowerPoint that got plugged in eventually, but she didn't know what the HDMI cable was to be able to plug it in.
Okay, I don't know what that is either, so
But I just felt like, aren't they common law? Like I had more empathy for her to think, wow, she's been with him for that long. They've had a child together. They're not married. And I Googled, and apparently Rhode Island abolished the common law marriage, but not until January of 2026. So if they were common law before then, or any couple, they still have to abide by the common law marriage laws, requirements, whatever.
the whole time she's presenting this, I think he's looking at her like, girl, you are so dumb. And I'm with you because you're hot and we have sex. That's what I was reading on his face. Like, even when he's like, okay, yeah, you can have some of the percentage of the new pizza mamas we're going to
The
open up.
new ones.
Like, he's such a liar. And he knows that she'll just go along with it.
Yes, and I mention this last week that she posted something and then took it down, like asking for a friend if your partner, or she said husband of that many years, opens a bank account and puts all the
Right.
money in it, right?
Yeah, it's definitely him. Yeah, you did mention it, but yeah, this guy is like, this girl does not have two brain cells and it's easy to manipulate her. So,
It's terrible. Still, I mean, why string her along? You know what I mean?
and the next thing is, why is Liz so hung up on this homeless thing with Alicia? It clearly makes no sense why they're fighting about this, why Liz is trying to pull this power move. Like, I want to know what the real story is, what's going on. She's very much a bully in this episode. And then at the previews for the next one, we see her, trying to fight Joellen. Like, tell us, I want to know what's really happening behind the scenes here. Like, it's almost like Liz's mask is slipping. Like, she, in the beginning, pretended to be so nurturing and loving to all these women and care about them. But I think she's, like I said before, a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yeah, because Alicia is the closest one to her age, and they seem to be very tight. And it's weird how like some of them was like, oh, my older sister, they're friends with this one's mother, or my,
Yeah.
like they're close. They all have family ties. But yeah, this harping on this homeless thing, I feel, maybe I said it already, but like Liz feels allegiance to the family to not let it seem like they were homeless because it makes them look bad or something.
I'm wondering if someone told Liz there were rumblings that Alicia might be talking about an upcoming indictment or something. And this is what Liz's way of being like, I'm in charge of this friendship here. Like, I don't know. It seems like a power battle.
Oh, geez.
I could be wrong, but
We
yeah.
shall see.
Okay. Summer house reunion. I have so many notes.
Yeah, so Kyle knocks on the door. Lindsay's doing a confessional for In the City, and he says, you need to check your phone. And then everyone starts calling because the statement came out, and Lindsay reads it out loud. Kyle seems oddly calm. And then he said that Amanda spoke with Sierra, and then how many days later she called Kyle to talk to him about it, to confess.
It almost seems like he, later on in the reunion, that he's like happy to unload Amanda off onto West. Like, here she is with all of her shit.
And I didn't see it. It was in the extended version. I saw it online. I don't know if you watch it on Peacock, but he was like clicking his mouth, like probably nervous energy. And she was like, don't do that when you're talking.
Oh, to West? Yeah. Huh. I did see that, but I think that it shows that where Kyle is now is like, good, you can have her with all her fucking hoarding and all of it.
Yeah.
That's the energy I was getting.
Yeah. It seemed like it. Amanda online is being dragged for that hairdo. They said clearly
What
whoever
was
did the
that?
glam also hates her. Before it starts, this is in the 10 years of Summer House. This is the worst it's ever been. And I just wrote down, bro, you're too old. That's why you should have married couples in a share house in the Hamptons. Like, I get it. It is the worst
Right.
because you're married and old and one of you has a kid. And like, come on,
Yeah.
Carl.
Yeah. I agree. I agree. I like when Andy was going into everyone's dressing room and kind of checking in on them. And, he goes into West and Amanda's and they're just like so chill. Like, and he clearly is like, I hate both of you. Like, Andy could not hide his disgust for the two of them.
People online were saying, like, how doped up were they? I don't know. Because Wes said he was zen. I got a little too deep in it. Amanda either picked a booger or snipped something off her finger. And I was like, all right, I'm going too deep. I had to stop.
I mean, I don't think West is ever sober, so I'm sure something was happening there. To me, Amanda, she could have taken his Xanax, but she more looked like just kind of dissociated. After the part where they engaged her in the beginning, she just seemed like caught up in her head and like couldn't engage.
Yeah, she was just staring off into space. Like even Wes was kind of giggling along with the lighthearted banter that they were trying to bring into it. And she was just staring at something.
But I don't think that was like drug induced. I think she was just like, oh my God, what is actually happening in real time?
Right.
I can't believe this. Okay, we'll get into it.
So Wes finds out his dick pics leak.
Okay. The guys making fun of him beforehand about that was great. But then him sitting on the couch being like, this just leaked, and he seeing so distressed. But then didn't his grandmother get murdered the day before?
Yes. However, I meant to say this. Andy mentioned that he didn't know until after the reunion. Like, I think he found out the day later, so he didn't know.
That makes a lot more sense.
I don't know what, obviously, that's horrible that happened. But if he was like, I can't come because of the family tragedy, everyone would have been like dragging him so badly. It's not that it's good that he didn't know, but you know what I mean. But yeah, but him realizing, because Carl's like, yeah, we saw those this morning, or Jesse said it to him. And you could see him realizing like, wow, nobody told me.
Yeah. Yeah, like no one's on your side here, bud.
Welcome to the party.
So everyone comes out on stage. I said, why is Andy wearing pink? This is not the best look for him. But I did like Lindsay's look, and she said she was wearing a revenge dress for Kyle, which was hilarious. I mean, those two were tag teaming, and it was beautiful TV.
It was great. Yeah, I kind of liked it a lot too.
Amanda wears, I wrote some waif-like dress, some like I'm fragile. Like her dress seemed, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It kind of represented, I don't know what she's trying to say. Like, I'm too fragile for this, even though I'm going to try to put up a tough front. Sierra looking amazing. I mean, everyone looked great except for Wes. Still looked crumpled and dirty.
So, Sierra kind of alludes to all of the breadcrumbs that Amanda was leaving online. Remember, we talked about this on prior episodes. She was seen with someone, and I said, no, it was a West lookalike. It was a guy that was at Ben's like single party, and she showed her like tickling his hand in the street when it was the blizzard day or the snow day in New York City. And she wrote, best day ever, WW, which goes back to when he said it was the best day ever when he and Sierra made up. Like,
right.
Yes, you were breadcrumbing. Like, you were being a fucking asshole. How can you can't deny it.
And gaslighting the shit out of Sierra. And so on the reunion, when Sierra was reading those texts back, like Amanda was like so confused in her story and she couldn't keep it straight. And I'm sorry, I should have told you the truth, but no, nothing was happening. But we didn't kiss until right before we put that statement out, and we didn't have sex that day. I'm like, no one believes this.
Nobody, because they said the statement was rushed because of the video that Sierra saw from a neighbor, which is creepy in and of itself. And thank goodness it hasn't leaked online. But yeah, the fact that they're going to lie. And I think Jesse even said, just tell the truth at this point.
Yeah, they're all like so sick to their stomach. Like, can't you guys just tell the truth? And then Carl goes in on them. Like, we're supposed to be better than this. Like, this is gross. Like, we're supposed to be authentic versions. And then Sierra comes and says, you're not authentic at all. What you put on TV is not who you really are. Part of me was thinking, I think Kyle is like, I do think he feels bad for Amanda in a way, like she's getting bamboozled and she doesn't even see it and it's clear as day. And I
Yeah.
think there is some love for her there that he's like, shit, this is going to be bad when,
Yeah. Like protective.
yeah.
Yeah.
But she clearly doesn't see it. Even when Mia's like, what are you doing, Amanda? You are like, what did she call her? Like
One of West Side bitches.
one of West Side bitches. And she just rolls her eyes. And all I could think of is, what is West telling Amanda behind closed doors when they're alone together? Even when they're like, he had a girlfriend the whole time. And Lindsay goes, did you know that? Are you just finding out that now? Did you know that before? And I think she didn't know.
She said, we had a discussion about it or something to that effect,
Vague.
where she was like, sort of kind of trying to squash it and stick up for West, but not really, that we had a discussion about it. Seemed a little.
I think West just is like, let's agree to say this, this, and this. This is the date. These are, and she just was trying to stick to it, but you could tell she didn't know what the fuck was going on. And she didn't know that West and Sierra made out later.
Right.
And so I think when we see her where it looks like she's on drugs and she's in her head, she's replaying all of this. Like, my God, this really happened. Wes really was dating all these people. And then trying to convince herself, no, we're in a relationship. Meanwhile,
it's different for me.
He did not put his hand on her leg. He did not try to hold her hands. Nothing. He didn't try to defend her. He didn't say jack shit.
Nope. He hung her out to dry.
Yeah, and Bailey was calling it out. Like, look at him just letting her hang. It was terrible. So I kind of was upset with Amanda watching it, but also I felt like bad for her. Like, she's a victim in this. I felt both, but I think the audience is more pissed.
I completely agree that I think you are spot on that Kyle realizes she's a victim, that she doesn't see it, obviously. Like, I don't think she thinks she's going to marry West, but I mean, in West, right now is like, well, how the fuck do I get out of this? He was already correcting her, or excuse me, she was correcting him about his mouth noises, and it's just, my God. So what do you think? What's up with West?
I think he's a sex addict.
You think so?
Yes, I do. I think once he's with a woman, then something happens and he's like, he turned off. And clearly Sierra turns him off. But
Yeah.
he pretended to the audience that to get back in their good graces that he wanted to be friends. But something about her, and I think it came up in the reunion or maybe in the previews, like that he said to someone, like, get her away from me. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with Sierra. And I think he's going to do the same thing to Amanda. Like, okay, like, enough of this. Like,
Sure.
I conquered you and now you're kind of gross to me.
Yeah, it's kind of sad to watch. It's definitely not like, and I've said this a million times, but the fun of Scandival. It just hits differently.
I mean, I don't think it hits that differently in that Raquel was a victim. Initially, everyone is so mad, so mad at Raquel, so mad at Amanda, but they were heavily manipulated. We don't see the manipulation, so it's easy to be mad at her and be like, what a snake, what a bitch. But we don't hear everything he's saying to her to convince her that it's okay, or Sierra will get over it. It's not a big deal. Downplaying the relationship with Sierra, downplaying the relationship with whatever horse tie hair girl, whatever her name is. Like, yeah, we were seeing each other and they're all like, you were dating. She said you were exclusive. And you could see Amanda again, the wheels turning like, oh my God, what is true?
And West hiding behind, well, I told Ben that I wasn't trying to be a boyfriend. Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Good for you. Maybe tell Sierra.
And he just is not taking it seriously. Like, he's trying to get back in, like at the end of the reunion with the banter with the guys joking around. Everything's funny. Where I think she is more realizing I have severely damaged a lot of these relationships in a big way. And she kind of feels like guilt and remorse. And he's just like, whatever, dude.
I'll be back. I'm a guy. He'll accept me again.
There's stuff online saying, do you think if Amanda went back to Kyle, he would take her back?
I don't think so.
I hope that does not happen because those two are not
They
supposed to
shouldn't
be
be
together.
together. No, he needs someone to match his energy. And kind of Sierra said it at the end, like Amanda can be West's person because she's going to stay in the background and he can be the star. And which is kind of, you think that's why her and Kyle lasted so long?
Well, too, I think in the beginning of a relationship, Amanda can also pretend that she likes going out and she likes to party. When that fades, she's not going to want to do those things anymore. But I don't even think they're going to last that long.
Well, Bailey reads Ben for filth.
That was amazing. She did not care.
And she was clear. I love Sabrina. And you talk to her a certain way. You talk to me a certain way. You talk to Amanda a certain way when they crossed you. But when you talk to Kyle, you act like you want to make out with him.
Yes.
Every single conversation.
He's so far up Kyle's ass. It's true. And I do think he has an anger issue. And you could see Levi like nodding along, like, you're a dick, dude.
Yeah. It'll be interesting. Great. I don't enjoy his hairdo. I wrote that down.
Who, Ben's?
Ben's, yeah. Okay, now KJ's story.
Okay, so we knew he was fragile on the show in the beginning and had trouble filming because of anxiety. And then towards the end, when he was saying, like, I'm afraid for filming to stop because I have these bond with you guys. And he was afraid that they weren't going to, talk to him or still be friends with him. And so I think that whole reality show experience, sent him into a spiral, and he had to go into an inpatient setting or a private rehab or something for mental health.
Yeah.
I would not have guessed it being borderline personality disorder, but probably because I don't really treat men, or I haven't ever had a huge male caseload. I know what it looks like in women, and this is not what it looks like in women to me.
Interesting.
Yeah. That kind of caught me off guard. I was like, wait, what? When he said I was diagnosed with BPD, I was like, what? Yeah, I didn't clock that. But I mean, it seems like he's getting a lot of help. He's going to need a lot of support. It seems like the guys are mature enough, like Carl, and old enough, Jesse, to be like, we're your support system and mean it.
Yes. And obviously Mia and
Sierra. Yeah, they seem very protective of him. But yeah, I do want to see the next reunion about Dara and like their relationship, because, that's a pretty serious mental, it's a personality disorder. So it's pretty locked in. He's going to have a lot of ups and downs in his life. Yeah. I can't see her sticking around for that. I hate to say that.
I know.
But if the rumors are true that she's just, wanting to be on a TV show, and if he continues to be on a TV show, he's going to have to have a really solid mental health plan in place. Yeah,
the rumors are they're coming back for the summer, and so is Levi and Bailey.
Good.
I don't know about Ben and Sabrina. I can't remember.
Please no.
Sierra's up in the air. West is clearly up in the air. Like, Jesse, just find a girl somewhere. Don't go on the summer house, share house. How old is he? He's got to be almost 30, right?
I don't know. I would like to not see West back on.
Same.
Carl can't be on that show anymore.
They're saying he's rumored to be coming.
Is he going to be like the granddad? Like, I don't know.
House mom.
He has got like granddad energy.
All right. So then we go to the ear stuff.
Oh my God. What is he trying to say?
We saw you kiss, you fucking dummy. I mean, maybe it hadn't aired yet, right? It hadn't aired yet. You guys kissed lips.
So what was he saying? No, it was just ear stuff, or yeah, and ear stuff?
He just said, how he can't really speak or articulate. He just kind of mumbled the way that he does. And he goes, it was just like ear stuff.
I mean, ear stuff to me seems pretty intimate.
Definitely. It's right. You're still sending the message. And by the way, we saw you kiss. So it was kissing then and ear stuff.
You sent me the meme or whatever that said they were all on MDMA at that party.
Yeah.
And so that makes sense of why he would make out with her when he really is not attracted to her at all and doing ear stuff.
Yeah, I know. Then she goes in on Amanda saying basically she's weak and that's the person Wes needs. And Kyle was like, whoa, that was kind of harsh.
Oh, who was saying that?
Sierra to Amanda at the very end. And Kyle said that was kind of harsh. She said, she's your wife, not mine.
I wonder if Sierra will eventually come around and agree that the common denominator is West and his manipulation.
I think so. I think she, even early on, she said, like, I expect it from a guy, but not from Amanda, my friend. Because in the previews, we see she calls West and Sierra to help her look for an apartment. Like, and Sierra was saying, like, I texted you, I called you, I tried to hang out with you, but you're saying West was there for you, and that's why you guys got close. Like, it is bullshit.
Yeah. But that goes back to us talking about how when filming is over, she hides. And so that wasn't so much out of character other than Sierra really trying to invest in the friendship, probably like Paige did. And she's like, look, I'm too overstimulated. I'm too checked out. I need space to breathe. I can't. And then we add West in. I just don't want to see this guy on TV anymore.
Yeah.
He needs the Tom Sandoval heave ho. Goodbye.
Well, early on, he said Sandoval got traitors.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'll get that. House of Villains. Who knows? Okay, in the city.
Okay. What are your big takes?
I mean, my big takes were, she told Kyle it's 1 month separation, and then she's like, well, the lease is a year. Which, where do you get a 1 month? Unless it's Airbnb, I guess.
Again, I think West is in the background, maybe looking at leases with her, or just tell him this, or just say this. I think West gets off on the deception part. I don't think Amanda ever creates her own timeline.
Yeah. Hopefully she finds someone stable.
So, okay. What do you think is going on with this Lindsay Danielle fight?
I think it's for the show because they showed the premiere party. They were all there and Lindsay kisses Danielle's belly. Like going back that Carl hooked up with Danielle like rehashing stuff from 8 years ago, 7 years ago.
So this is what I think. Lindsay is really strong in her emotions, like every emotion, right? And so I think if she's pissed at you, she's fucking pissed at you. And I think she was like, I'm going to fucking ice you out and I don't want you filming. And so that's why she was minimizing her film time, like avoiding her, not wanting to talk to her, not wanting to go to lunch with her. She's like, I'm not going to give you film time. I'm pissed at you.
That's funny. Yeah.
I think that's what's happening. And Danielle's like, oh, fucking no, you don't. I'll figure out ways to film without you.
I'll take the train to the Hamptons when all of you drive together and are on camera. I'll still show up at that house.
Yeah. I think that's what's happening. And I think that they probably do make up later because, she's going to be a mom or whatever.
Yeah.
But in that season, Lindsay was like, nope, bitch. This is me and Kyle's show.
Yeah. I didn't have much more. Except I said Lindsay got checked by that guy that she was giving him crap about moving someone across the country.
Oh, Kenny.
Without a ring. And he was like, well, you had a baby with someone after a few months. But you said no, Lindsay owned him.
I think she is going to wipe the floor with this guy. And I think she's like, you're a total douchebag. It's so clear and obvious. And I'm going to let everybody know it. I'm going to scream it from the rooftops. I'm going to tell your girlfriend. And, again, this is my show. So, and I also wrote on this in the city. It's heavily produced in the way similar to Housewives, where they're like, okay, you two are going to be at a restaurant and you're going to film this at this time and you're going to talk about this. Where Summer House was more flowing, like the cameras, like below deck, where they're just kind of tracking them around. I don't like that so much. And I don't like that the city cannot keep track of the timeline of Kyle and Amanda. Like it's so all over the place and it's messing me up because I'm like, wait, no, this isn't ringing true.
I think you're right in that you're right. It's more housewife-like because of it's produced segments and here's what you're going to talk about versus we're going to film all weekend for the summer and see what happens and what we get out of it. And same with Below Deck. Yeah, you're totally right. And that's why I prefer non-housewives shows with Rhode Island, Salt Lake, Miami being the exceptions because they just feel too overproduced.
Yeah. And like there's a storyline. Like here, they each have a producer and this is what your story through line is. We'll see. Hopefully there'll be some spontaneous moments in that.
Yeah.
And then they did show like a flashback of Amanda and Kyle's relationship over time. And there were parts early on where she had a fuller face, a fuller figure, and she did look really happy
Yeah.
and in love. But I think maybe it was 2 years worth, and then it started going downhill. And even in the scenes in the city, she looks like a wet dog. Like her hair is just like matted, and like she looks very sad. She does not look like she's in a happy, healthy relationship with West.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Okay. So then the Valley.
The Valley.
What are your big takeaways?
Dear. Well, Danny has a wellness coach and a therapist, and they go to group therapy and family therapy. So he's good.
Let me interpret that for you. I went to a coach once. I went to a family, whatever, one time. And that's it. But I'm going to make it sound like I really am working on myself. That scene when Nia went over to talk to Kristen and Zach, her struggling so hard to defend him. I could see her nervous system like shaking, like,
because he was like, you better make this right. I was still mic'd. You knew I was vulnerable. I was in a bad spot, and you still made me say these things. And
I think she knew what she was saying did not match what she was feeling internally. And so that's why we see this kind of, she's like, now I'm getting overwhelmed. Now, like, I have a crying baby. I can't do this, because what's coming out of your mouth is not really what you feel. I just feel for her. She's just locked in there. But it was nice to see Kristen and Luke go out on a date and have fun and enjoy themselves. I mean, I think they were pretty candied up.
Oh, really?
I do.
Oh, geez.
But it was cute. Maybe, well, he was. Does she breastfeed? I don't think she does.
I don't know. She mentioned she had frozen breast milk later in the episode. And then Jason had to have his knee surgery. And I loved it. He was all worried about Janet getting overwhelmed from taking care of the kid all on her own. And then he starts crying about how he will lose the bond with his son. I was like, bro.
I think he's the primary caregiver. I'm not even kidding.
He's a good guy. I like that guy a lot.
But I do think what he was trying to say is, I'm the primary parent with this child, and I do all the heavy lifting, emotionally, everything. And she hasn't. And so now things are going to shift.
Interesting. Huh. All right. Well, man, I wrote down, take notes, Danny. Brittany's house. She has her little pre-operation party. Nia brings her sitter.
I mean, why do the kids have to be cast members?
You really can't jump enough to film a 3-hour scene. So your sitter could help at least Danny, who obviously doesn't want to do this at home. Like, I didn't get that. But then Jasmine. She drank all the Opus One. Oh my God. Opus
I've
One.
never had it. Is it great?
Oh, good. Like, it's empty. And I was like, no.
Yeah, Brittany didn't care. She's like, I don't care. I don't even drink wine.
I don't drink that. But Jasmine was tipsy, and I think validated for saying, you guys blew me off when I had these problems. Like, what Danny did to her was way worse than what he did to Lala.
Mm-hmm. And you could see Nia just kind of rolling her eyes or like, whatever, and giving looks. And that made me mad too. And I think, she's saying there's a racial component here also of not being heard and not being taken seriously. And yeah, that stuff did happen. So.
Right. And I get it. She should be pissed at Chris. Like, Kristen's taking up for Lala, but not when Jasmine was, and her fiance Melissa, like, they were physically involved with Danny and his drinking and his behavior. And
so when I think of borderline personality, I think of Kristen, like female wise. That's who I think of. So you see how it doesn't track over to KJ?
Yes.
Or Kristen specifically during Vanderpump Rules seasons too. Just kind of this chaotic, high intensity energy, reckless, eating disorder, kind of disaster.
Yeah, Lala got triggered, but Jasmine and Melissa were touched, is what I wrote down.
I wish they had bigger parts on the show.
I know. Yeah.
Because they seem nice and pretty grounded.
Definitely.
What'd you think about the Michelle Jessie scene when she whips out the divorce papers?
God bless her. I mean, it was sweet, I think. And she was like reflective on the relationship. And she was so young. She was 25 when they got together. And he was whining and dining. Like, of course she thought, this is a amazing. Like, I have this amazing guy and he's going to take great care of me.
Yeah, but I think he's a grifter. Like I said last week, when he was like in the beginning when she was hiking with Lala and she's like, he took out this loan and he didn't pay for it and blah, blah, blah. And then we got a penalty and now I just am eating the cost and he can't even pay health insurance for his son.
And what's his girlfriend's name?
Lacey.
Lacey said in her confessionals, like, yeah, I got a lot of money from my divorce. Every woman should. And Michelle is like, I need to be done with you and I'm going to absorb $150,000 of your debt just to be done with you.
And I think he's just with what's her name because she does have money to spend and he can go on vacations and all on her dime. All right. Any other thoughts?
No, just the upcoming episode. They're on the boat. Danny's drunk. Nia's stressed. Like, I don't know how it's going to end for them.
Oh, I don't think I saw that.
Because he even said, like, do I need to just stop drinking around this group? Because I could do that.
Oh,
and she's like, But clearly he needs to. I don't know that they come back next season if the producers aren't going to give him the edit that he got season 1.
I told you last week, I think he's definitely going to be like, okay, I won't drink and I'll come back because there's no way he's not going to be on TV. So he'll agree to it. Will he stick to it? I don't know, but I'm sure he'll just yes her to death and be like, yeah, okay, I'll not drink around them, which is a total bullshit.
He's just a bad drug. And I do believe what like Kristen was saying, and like he does think he's funny. Like he thinks he's being funny and it doesn't land when he's sober and it's even worse when he is drinking.
She was kind of throwing him under the bus being like, he's fucking annoying sober and he's even worse. I don't know why Jason why do they try to be friends with him? I don't know.
Consider that the minimum effort that they could do to be friends with him. They didn't invite him to play basketball. That was telling.
Probably because he's like 2 feet tall also. All right. So, okay. Let's talk about, does Love Island start next week?
Next week.
And something else starts. Oh, I think it's the McBee Dynasty. Did you like that show?
No, I never watched it.
What? It's got everything I like. Embezzlement, prison, hot guys.
Cowboys.
Anything that has a character going to prison, I'm in.
No. Like, can I catch up from the latest season and then pick up the new one? Yeah.
You got to watch it from the beginning, though, because it's so good.
I know you've told me this so many times.
Good.
I haven't watched it.
All right. Well, until next week.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you next time. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Charmingly Toxic. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your fellow reality TV junkies. You can connect with me on Instagram at Charmingly Toxic and join the conversation in the Charmingly Toxic Facebook group. This podcast is for entertainment and educational purposes only. While I am a licensed therapist, I'm not diagnosing anyone here. Expect real talk, sarcasm, and a few clinical insights woven in along the way. If you're seeking support for a toxic relationship, please reach out to a licensed therapist or visit my website, dccounseling.org.